Before we get started, I just wanted to congratulate Champ Bailey on getting elected into the Ring of Fame. It's a great honor. Obviously, it was a no-brainer for him to go in there. He was a great player for a long time, not just here, but a couple other places too, and very deserved. Okay.
Question.
It was good, I think they enjoyed it. High school football is one of the lifelines for pro football, and I think anytime we can reach out to them and open up our practice to them, it's good. It's a good thing. I think they felt wanted, and it's good that they came. Well, it was the foundation, really. It's the first place I coached. I coached there for, I believe, 3 years, and worked under a great head coach, which gave me a good foundation to move onward and upward. So it was a tremendous part.
There's young coaches who think, like, coming out of college, I want to go straight. I want to be an NFL coach. I want to go straight to a GC kind of. What would be your pitch to why it's fun?
Well, I think coaching high school football gives you a good foundation just because you're coaching the fundamentals at a low level, and you're usually having to coach both sides of the ball, not just offense or defense. So it's a great coaching opportunity to get your feet wet, establish some confidence in coaching players' assignments and techniques. So I think it's a good place to start.
Coach looks like Mosby has got some confidence in him, throwing him out there.
Well, he's been out there a lot since we've been doing this. I wouldn't read too much into anything as far as who's playing when and where and all that, but yeah, we'd like to see how, he's going to be competing to make a spot on this team.
Yadam looks like he's.
Who?
Yadam looks like he's.
Yeah, he started back today and did some individual work and did a little bit in 7-on-7. I don't think he partook in any of the teamwork, but hopefully we'll get him back up to speed here quickly.
What's your overall assessment of how the units have been progressing here for
Good. I really, I think the guys are picking things up quickly. It's a compliment to the assistant coaches with the job they're doing with these guys, which they did in phase 1, phase 2 in the classroom. And it's a compliment to the players that they've been able to transition to on-field 11-on-11 football and do what they've been taught. That's a big transition from classroom to the field.
Any more sense, Coach, on Chris Harrison, more optimism based on what's going to happen last week's weekend, or stay out of that?
No, I stay out of it. That's the business side of football. I deal with football business. What's that?
Barkley, Don Barkley.
Yeah, he's in the mix there in the O-line. He's a veteran player that's played a lot of places, played a lot of football, and he's in there competing with everybody.
With Ron Leary back, what can he bring and kind of help the young guys too?
Well, hopefully Ron makes a full recovery from his injury, which I think he can and he will. Everything's been positive, both from the medical people and from talking to him. And we're hoping Ron makes it back, and hopefully we'll see him partaking by the last couple practices before we go on break, and he'll be ready to go full in training camp.
I think a couple of frustrating years for DeMarcus Walker, but if he gets up to speed, what kind of impact can he have for you?
I'm not sure yet, but I do think he's working extremely hard. I think he's making progress. And, ultimately with D-line, O-line, you got to have the pads on to see. But I like where he's at. I like where he's at emotionally, too. I think he's in a good spot emotionally. He's probably matured in the last couple of years, and we're going to see what he has or doesn't have here come training camp.
I know it's early, but did you see some of the things from Fant today that you saw on film in college at Iowa?
Well, yeah, he can run. We all knew that. That was easy. But now he's got to learn how to be a tight end in the NFL. He's got tools, but I can go into Home Depot and walk out with a bunch of nice tools. I'm not a carpenter, and we got to teach him to be a tight end, and in the NFL, and he's working great at it.
I'm curious, do you go and look at guys that you've had in the past and go, I have this skill set, I can do that with somebody now, or does everybody kind of get, or do you go with the approach that it's a clean slate and you kind of figure out what's happening?
Both. It is a clean slate, but as you see guys perform more and practice more, they can remind you of players you've had in the past and things you've done. with those types of players in the past. So it's both. You know, I think that's anytime you're evaluating a player, at least for me it is, both college or free agency or out here, is, you know, do they look like an NFL player? Do they remind you of the good players you've had in the past?
Vic, on Champ, what was it that you admired so much about his game?
Well, number one, first thing you have to be able to admire about a corner is he's got to be able to cover, and he could do that. He had the size and speed combination that most guys don't have, and he had some really good instincts and ball intuitiveness and instincts and knowledge for the game.
I saw Jim Levitt out here. Why did you want to have him out here? I know you guys had some days together in San Francisco.
Well, Jim's just up the road here in Boulder and twiddling his thumbs, so he's looking to burn some of his free time, and I'm sure his wife's trying to get him out of the house too. So he's coming down and watching.
Devontae Busby, you said last month when he got here, you may be ahead of schedule since he's been playing games. Has he sort of picked that up?
I think so. I think there's been a time or two in phase two where he's let the back-to-back season, albeit shortened, give him a reason to think he's tired too, where he shouldn't do that. And he's got to overcome that. He's got to overcome being his own worst enemy and show the player that he can be.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right.